Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razek at CMtrading. Today is August 9th, 2019, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, starting at 10:30 South African time out of Great Britain, monthly GDP numbers coming out and preliminary quarterly GDP numbers coming out simultaneously. And then later in the day at 2:30 South African time, employment change numbers coming out of Canada. So two major numbers coming out, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference as the markets have already absorbed some of this information. So I don't think it's going to have that effect. But like I said, always, you do want to know that it's coming out. Now, looking at the Forex markets, Canadian dollar gains versus the US dollar after hitting that resistance, not maintaining it above that level. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, it gains as well to 26,000. And right now, 300-ish level, but not as much as I thought it would go. And furthermore, we're going to take a look at what's been carrying the Dow Jones so much higher. Now, looking at the commodities, gold steady at 1,500. It does look like it's making a double top, but I don't want to celebrate that too soon before you get the confirmation. Oil sitting on a minor resistance level of $52 a barrel. And lastly, looking at the stocks, the thing that's leading the market up again is Microsoft. Okay, it became a $1 trillion company in 2019, and it's really the major focus. Okay, it can carry the market higher. Okay, there's a rotation in the markets when, when the Apples and the Googles and the Facebooks and those type of FANG stocks are not breaking the markets higher. A company like Microsoft, which is a bellwether, it's a very large company, and it's a steady company. When they start making new highs for the year or they're hovering new highs of the year, it's really colossal. Okay, it's a very important factor. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading.
This conference will now be recorded.
So we're jumping into a USD Canadian dollar chart. As you can see, we had this resistance at 133.4-ish level, and we retraced down to 132.23-ish level right before this number is going to come out today. Okay, so ultimately it is a minor support. Okay, where we are right now. Okay, so if it doesn't break lower, we may see it actually bounce at these levels. Okay, so just be aware of that. However, if it does, break this area, 132.20-ish level, I do expect it to get to the 131.90-ish level. So just be aware that it's right there in the middle, even though we've crossed over the 30-day moving average and the 14-day moving average. It's something to say for it to possibly make a further correction. Now, looking at the USD ZAR, okay, we were timing this yesterday. It did break above it. It's maintaining its 15 area, okay, which is a major level for the South African rand. Okay, if we look at a weekly chart just to give us a perspective of it, we've been in this area for quite some time. So if we do, maintain this area, okay, if we do hold it above this 1530-ish level with a bar, okay, then we may see it further correct itself. However, we've had this situation before where we've, toggled above this 15-ish area, okay, and haven't broken up above. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So with that said, okay, just play a close look at this. Okay, it might not happen this week, may start happening next week as this makes some sort of change. Now looking at gold, you can see we're right there at 1500, not really breaking down, not breaking higher, and so we're steady here at these levels. Okay, it does have a resistance of 1510-ish level. Okay, but we have broken the upper range on a weekly chart. Okay, not even a question. Okay, this 1450-ish level that we broke is a all-time high, and we haven't been in these areas since really 2011, 2013 was the last time that we traded around these areas. Now looking at oil, all right, this is what I'm talking about, sitting on minor support right here at 52.40-ish level right now, but that is something to say. Okay, especially if we do sell off further today, and especially if we hit $50 a barrel. Okay, something to consider if that does happen later today. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, we're trading right now 26,276. We're about 300 points away from yesterday's trading. Okay, we're trading close to 26,000 yesterday. Previously to that, we were trading at 26,000, and we retrace down to 25,300-ish level. So, you know, until we hit resistance, there's not much to really say. Okay, the next real resistance level is 26,800-ish level. I don't think we'll hit that, unless the stocks carry this further. Okay, because if we look at Microsoft relatively to its all-time highs, we're only about 3 points away from it. Okay, which percentage-wise is minuscule. Okay, so this is really the one that's been carrying us. All right, so I'll keep an eye on Microsoft to let me know if it doesn't break out higher and it doesn't, push itself to its all-time highs and push higher, we may see a retracement in the Dow Jones once again. So I'd like to focus my attention on Microsoft to see if there are any retracements. I'm looking at Apple. We bounced as well, closing that gap at 202 above the 199, on the 200 level. Remember, our all-time highs for the year is 230. So with that said, okay, if it does make a further correction on the upside, something to consider, but we are at resistance level here. Okay, so if this does sell off today, it could be considered something. Okay, looking at Facebook as well, it's not strong. Okay, the only one that's really strong is Microsoft. All right, these are bouncing, yes, but they're not bouncing near their highs. They're bouncing, off of like 10-15% off of their highs. Okay, which is market driven. Okay, it's trading in tandem with the market. Okay, whereas Microsoft is trading ahead of the market. So with that said, I'm really looking at Microsoft to give me some direction today in either way. Okay, now the market in the United States opens up at 4:30 South African time in the afternoon, so it's something you have to consider. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.